Welcome to another playthrough of Longstreet attacks. This is the Emmitsburg Road scenario as part of Longstreet attacks, um, published by Revolution Games and created by Herman Lettman. Great little scenario here. I started this just, playing this and looking for something to do, and started fooling around with it just to give it a try, and started to like it. Started to say, why didn't I start a log file and record this? And said, hey, I've got to do that because it's pretty interesting. So anyways, I'm going to do a video on this because this particular scenario turned out quite well after I went through the battle. Now, I will say the first turn here, I did not create a log file. Apologize for that, but there's not much that goes on here with this. So I'm going to kind of walk you through the setup, and then we'll go into what happened in turn one. And then starting on turn two and beyond, I do have log files that I will be creating videos for, and hopefully you'll enjoy these as well because it was quite interesting. And I should have known better, knowing blind swords. Once you get into it, once you get going, the action becomes really narrative and really quite interesting as it goes, because I did have a few little differences, significant differences that made a difference through the whole thing here. But if you're not familiar with this, this is the Emmitsburg Road battle. This is part of Longstreet's right flank attack on the Union left flank at Gettysburg on the second day. This particular portion of it is dealing with McLaws and Andersons attacks across the Emmitsburg Road, going for the Peach Orchard and the Trossel Farms and the Kringle Farm, the Corday Farm, and Lower Cemetery Hill to the left over here. And defending here is going to be the bulk of Sickles' Corps. You've got Birney and Humphreys divisions over here, a little bit of Detroit Brand's division over here with some skirmishers, and as well as the bulk of the Second Corps up to the north on Cemetery Ridge over here, dealing with Gibbon and Hayes's divisions as part of the Union Army, as well as artillery, both from their corps and the artillery reserve in the action here. So what we're going to have is Barksdale leading off an echelon attack. Now, if you remember the whole attack, Hood led that off just off of the scenario map here, with attacking to the south of the Peach Orchard, eventually into the Peach Orchard, the wheat field, Houck's Ridge, Round Tops, etc. So he is off map. That's part of either the big scenario or the smaller individual scenarios for that. But now we come to the point that McLaws' division is stepping off, particularly Barksdale's and Wolford's brigades, to attack the Peach Orchard and beyond. And then we're going to be followed by Anderson's division with the brigades of Wilcox, Lang, and Posey, Wright, and Posey, each releasing and moving up to attack from there. So this should be an interesting scenario with this. And as I said, it turned out to be that way. And I wish I had recorded a little bit more at the beginning, but that's okay. We'll kind of walk through it from here. So a couple special rules to enforce kind of that same attack that occurred is, one, we're going to have a Confederate barrage that's going to open up with all our artillery first as part of the artillery phase. And then second, McLaws is automatically going to be the first chit, and Barksdale is going to be automatically selected to step off and attack. And then we will go through the chits from there. Both Union and Confederates from there. So that should get us the attack with Barksdale on the Peach Orchard first, followed by Wolford moving up, and so forth and so on down the line. Anderson's troops over here, they're kind of locked here for a couple of turns. If we look on our turn track over here, they will release at 6:20 p.m. All right, so they will be locked up until that point, and they should move relatively within the echelon structure of the attack, with Wilcox and Lang and Wright and Posey going in that order. From the Union perspective, we have the Third Corps all active, Sickles Corps, and they will be, trying to defend here, keep out the Confederates. It's going to be tougher for them. They have a lower cohesion ratings here on purpose because they did get overrun. But then we have the Second Corps coming to the rescue. Now they are locked too until let's see here, bring up the turn track again. They will start to come on here at the 6:40 p.m. turn when Hayes comes alive here and comes in and is able to, Hayes and Gibbon. They will activate at that point. So soon after Anderson starts off, they will be activated. And there will be a little bit more reinforcements for them as Willard will come in towards the end of the scenario as well. So that's the action here in terms of how it's going to play out. We have several units in skirmish orders. We have Breed and sharpshooters up here and here. And then we have the 3rd Maine, I believe it was. Yeah, 3rd Maine up here as skirmishers here as well. And then we also have the Pennsylvanians up here. I think it was the 63rd Pennsylvania. That was the skirmishers up here as well. So we've got a good line of skirmishers trying to hold out, slow them down, I guess is the best way to put it, in here as well. So let's take a look at what happened over the first turn, and we will go from there. So here we are at the end of the first turn. That's the 5:40 p.m. turn. And we can see here we've got a few movements, and mostly everything is focused in this area by the peach orchard, over in here where I'm clicking off. And I'm just going to focus that in over here because that's where most of the action occurred in this particular turn. And first and foremost, what happened is with the Confederate artillery over here, they had a spectacular activation. If you can see here, the units that were here, here, and here have all vacated their hexes one way or another. You can see that the 114th Pennsylvania has been reduced. Ames's battery has been reduced. And then the Buckland's battery up here has been reduced and shaken as well. All been driven back. You can see there's another Burling unit, 7th New Jersey, which was driven back by the artillery up here. They had a really spectacular attack. And that's where I started thinking about, hey, boy, I should have recorded this. So anyways, they really were the shining moment to this turn and basically broke the line over here. Barksdale then stepped off and moved up and closed on here. Now, we did have the skirmishers in here, which slowed Barksdale down a little bit because remember, when you go next to skirmishers, it pays 2 points, and then the skirmishers move away. So it really slows down the advance. But they were able to get up close to that. They should be able to get up on there the next turn and start, driving against them. But we still, next turn, we still have some artillery that's up here and here that can potentially attack up here as well to continue to soften them up as Barksdale moves off. Now, one of the low sides here for the Confederates was Wolford's Brigade failed its activation, so they did not leave where they were. So it's going to be tricky. They're going to have to probably maneuver in the next turn to get up to follow on with Barksdale and hit a little bit to the north over here as well. Now, Anderson, of course, is not coming in yet, but hopefully Wolford will get off, and then Anderson will release here in a couple more turns. From the Union perspective, as I said, it was a tough day for them as they had a lot of units reduced and pushed back. They didn't get a lot of activations occurring, given their low activation numbers of just 2 and 3 for Birney and Humphreys, respectively. So they did not activate too many on here as well. Over here, a little artillery action, but not much else besides that. You can see we had We can have Sheldon and Thomas move up, but Weir and Brown are locked, as well as the other artillery over here. They're locked in with the Second Corps and their units over there as well. So not much action over here. So all in all, not much going on here quite yet, except a spectacular attack by the artillery, Confederate artillery over here, that has kind of cleared the way for the Union to get moving. So that's where we stand at the end of the 5:40 turn. If we look at our turn track, we're on to the 6 p.m. turn, which will be the next video. And with that, I do have a log where I shall go through a little bit more of the details of what happens and show you the action within there. And it may be as spectacular as that artillery was over here. We'll have to wait and see. So hopefully you enjoy this. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Love to hear your comments about this. Was this a game that you played? Did you like it? Did you have fun with it? Did you have trouble with it? Let me know. So thanks for watching.